So we are making this movie for government of Madhya Pradesh that, and when we were working on the script, what fascinated the most is how this one young person, Acharya Shankara, covered the length and breadth in such short time. So the first and foremost inspiration to do this parikrama is at least walk 1,000 kilometers by foot to be qualified to make a movie, to know, actually to feel what it is. So this is one of the reasons. And I heard from Nivedita ji of Vivekananda Kendra. She's the one who told me, if you want to do parikrama, try Narmada. So it registered in me, and then I said, okay. And on the banks of Narmada is coming up this massive project in Omkareshwar. And in the banks of Narmada, only Adi Shankara studied with Govindpad. So to make the movie and to work for that project and to do a parikrama, I thought Narmada ji was the best place to do. So we just, I mentioned casually saying, I want to do this. No idea what it is going to be. I've never been. People gave me books. When they heard that I'm going to go, people gave me books and all that. But I did not open one book. I said, let me experience it for myself. I don't want in any idea. Be prepared. And casually, I told Manish Pandey of Madhya Pradesh that this is my idea, and Swatmananda has agreed to come with me. Both of us are going to do Narmada Parikrama. And the origin of Narmada ji is from Amarkantak, which is in Madhya Pradesh. That was a blessing and also not a blessing. Because once I told Manish Pandey, he got the system moving in with the government of Madhya Pradesh, and they made us state guests. So Swatmananda and me were state guests of Madhya Pradesh. Do you understand what is to be a state guest? You would be escorted with 20 policemen. The district magistrate would come and meet you in every district. The SP has to come and meet. And there are different protocols they have to follow. So we both are walking, and we have people with stun guns standing next to us and walking. I mean, Manish's good intention is that you just enjoy the walk. The rest we will take care, that way. After 1 week or 10 days, I have to call the government of Madhya Pradesh and request them, saying, please take off the security. Because 20 security guards and, their cars and bus, and so then they said that we can't do, being a state guest. I said, then send only one jeep with 2 or 3 security people. That's enough. And finally, they agreed to that request, and then it became lighter. So we were walking. But it's a very different, beautiful experience. Like I told you in the beginning, it is Tirtha Yatra which has kept Bharat together. So walking there was a beautiful experience. I have made some pictures. So this presentation to you would be like, what does a parikrama do to us? We will see that through this audio-visual presentation. The airport at Raipur is named after Swami Vivekananda. Probably the only airport in the whole world is named after him, and it was such a joy to land in Raipur Vivekananda Airport. Okay, pause. Go back. Go back to that slide. Airport, I said. No? This is Swami Vivekananda's airport. So that was a joy for us to stop there and take a picture saying, and it was such a joy when you hear, even when you're flying, they say, we'll be landing in Swami Vivekananda airport. For this announcement, you should go to Raipur once. Just to hear, you're flying and you hear, welcome, we will be landing shortly in Swami Vivekananda airport. Such a joy to hear that. Go on. This is Murti, which is there in Amarkantak. This is where Narmada ji starts, the source. And this is a beautiful Murti of Narmada ji in Amarkantak. Look at her. Pause. And she is daughter of Lord Shiva. And so her attire and everything is like Shiva, a great yogini. And the word Narmada means one who gives joy, happiness. The word Narmada means one who gives joy. And truly, this beautiful river gives great joy. It's such a lovely journey we had. And this is the most beautiful Murti I saw there of Narmada ji, dressed like Shiva. And it is a sight to see that. Yeah, more. And this is Amarkantak temple. And this is where Narmada ji begins. So that's the mandir you have there, Narmada mandir. And the water, what you see here is the spring. From here, the entire Narmada river begins. There are 11 Shivalingams there. This is Narmada Arti.
Om Aratikyam Pranamami, Pranam Karo Arti ko. Dhupam Agrapyami Dhupam Deepam Darshayami Nirajanam. एक कदम और नीचे हो जाओ. चलिए. ओम जय जगदानंदी ओ मैया जय आनंद कंदी ब्रह्मा हरि हरि शंकर देवा शिव हरि शंकर.
Pause. Another name for Narmada ji is Reva. And where she merges into the ocean is called Reva Sagar. So let's use this name more often. Reva Sagar, then Arabian Sea. Okay. Or you can also call it Sindhu Sagar. These were two ancient Bharatiya names. Sindhu Sagar, Reva Sagar. That's how it's called. And so another name for Narmada ji is Reva Sagar. And here what you see now is where we were taking a sankalpa to do this parikrama. So it's a ritual. So you take the sankalpa to do the ritual. I mean, to follow the ritual and do the parikrama. And generally, traditionally, if you see, which is really fascinating, those who are listening to it, if you want to do it, this is what I would suggest. Don't do what I did. Don't go there definitely as a state guest. Though it was an honor and very well taken care, I'm absolutely grateful. But as a parikramavasi, you should go on your own. And traditionally, people used to do this for 3 years, 3 months, 13 days. Just imagine going on a parikrama And Narmada Ji is the only river where one does parikrama. Parikrama means you go around the river. So you start from Amarkantak, walk down all the way to Madhya Pradesh. You walk to Madhya Pradesh, cross Madhya Pradesh, go to Maharashtra, cross Maharashtra, go to Gujarat, get to the ocean, Reva Sagar, cross, take a boat, go to that side, and start walking back all the way to Amarkantak. This is parikrama. Traditionally, people were doing this for 3 years, 3 months, 13 days. And we have in our tradition, you know, in the winter season, the rainy season, which are 4 months, Chaturmasya, nobody travels. So these parikramavasis, wherever they are, they stay in one place for 4 months. So if you have to do this for 3 years, for 3 times Chaturmasya, you will be spending in the banks of Narmada Ji, just sitting quietly in one place. And the transformation, what people get would be immense, because what we could experience for a short while itself was unbelievable. And if one does it, generally what people do is for 4, I mean, you know, like lack of time, people don't take up 3 years, 3 months. People do this in 4 months time, 108 days to 120, 140 days. Generally people do. People of all age groups are there. And most fascinating thing about this parikrama is I have traveled around the world, 30, 35 countries I have experienced. But what we see in Madhya Pradesh as Atiti Devo Bhava, we don't experience it anywhere else. The intensity, nothing. You could be anybody from any part of the world, you come there, and all you need to say is Narmade Har. That's how. Like when you do Vaishnav Devi, you say Jai Mata Di. When we do Shabrimala, we say Swami Sharanamayyappa. When you do Narmada Parikrama, you say Narmade Har. Hara, Shiva, daughter, Narmade Har. If you just say these 2 words, Narmade Har, they take care of you. All they'll see is that you're carrying a stick, Parikramavasis carry a stick, and just this word, Narmade Har, and you're taken care. And taken care with such love, respect. Truly, you could feel what is called Atiti Devo Bhava. That's what one would experience there. And when you do this sankalpa, which we are taking there, is that we'll do the parikrama. And one of the rules of the parikrama is you should not cross Narmada Ji, meaning you should not cross the river. Walk all the way to Reva Sagar. There only you go. In between, you can't cross. This is one of the rules. Means don't take shortcuts. Walk all the way and make the parikrama complete. Otherwise, somewhere you can take a shortcut and then make it. No. So that's one of the rules, that we should not cross Narmada Ji. Second rule is that you do the parikrama. So today, since we have other kinds of commitments, I have some commitments in Northeast India and Adi Shankara project in Madhya Pradesh itself. We could not take 4 months off in one shot. So when we took Sankalpa, we told the Pandit there, we are going to do Kanda Parikrama, not Akanda Parikrama. Kanda Parikrama, meaning that we will take a break in between. So we managed to, the day we started was like 44 days, but walking days were 36. 36 days we covered 1,230 plus kilometers. And it was a kind of a experience. So that's the Sankalpa itself we took. We'll do Kanda Parikrama. And we already took what you call as anticipatory bail, we told Narmada ji in the beginning itself, at some point of time, not when we are walking, after that, sometimes we may have to cross you. You can't keep your work below Vindhyas only. You have to go that side. So even to Adi Shankara project, to go to Omkareshwar, to the Jyotirlinga Sthal, you have to, that's an island. You have to go there. So there would be enough work for us. So we said, please forgive us that we will cross. But while walking in the parikrama, we didn't do it. As soon as I came back on 19th. Yesterday 25th. I crossed Narmada. Flew over her yesterday. I have to go to Lucknow. So the flight went over Narmada ji. So anyway, we have taken the bail earlier itself, saying that will happen. But when walking, no matter what, we will walk. And basically, when you're doing parikrama, Narmada ji should be on your right side. That's it. And you keep walking. So here, that's what we did. We took a sankalpa for these two, saying we will cross sometime after the yatra. And we will do Khanda parikrama. Go on with the videos. This is when we just started the parikrama. And this is one of the most clean rivers in Bharat. Just look at her. And this is the experience, the chirping of the birds, the gushing sound of Narmada ji. Continue. Beautiful, amazing sunrise, sunsets, day in and day out was a treat. And this is where the mind becomes absolutely calm and pleasant. And I have never seen in our country a clean river. This river is always clean. Anywhere from Amarkantak to Reva Sagar, this sound I want you to listen. You have sound, the gushing. This waterfall you can experience only in summer. In winter, there is no waterfall because Narmada ji's waters go up by 50 feet at least, and it expands. In winter, if it is 1 kilometer width, in summer, if it is 1 kilometer width, during rainy season, it becomes 1.5, 2 kilometers width, and the water level goes up. So if anyone is going around in winter, rainy season, you will not see this. If you go now, this is what you will experience. And it was so difficult to get up. You don't feel like. With that flow of water and the place being so serene, you sit there effortlessly mind is still. It needs effort to get up. It needs effort. You don't feel like. So that was a thing. And en route, we found some beautiful caves. And this is again a place I want all of you to go visit. There are nice caves en route. 1, 2 are there, which I'll show you. And so beautiful. You're never far from water. Even if you walk on the road, you tend to come back. So we used to do that. Sometimes we have to walk on the road, sometimes on the banks. And we will go back every evening, at least for the arati, if we are on the road. And absolutely refreshing. Nobody has withdrawn from this yatra, from this parikrama so far, saying, I am tired, I can't make it. I have not seen nor heard someone saying, I am tired, I can't make it. If you have to do the whole parikrama, it is 3,400 kilometers. And people do this in 4 months' time. Minimum 35, 40 kilometers you have to walk. And it is, you will not know you're walking. While walking, sometimes one may crib here, there, but the inspiration is such that one does. So those who have some ideas to do this kind of parikrama, I would suggest start walking 5 kilometers daily for 1 month. Then second month onwards, make it 10 kilometers daily. Then this would be a child's play for you. So we were covering around 30, 35, 30 was our average, 30 kilometers a day. So start somewhere at 5:30 in the morning, walk till 10, with a break, of course. But morning slot would be till 10. Then we start evening 5 o'clock, 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So it will be like 5-6 hours. You will cover 30 kilometers average. There were days when we did only 18, 19 because the destination where we have to stay and all that was closer. And there was one day which we decided, because we were too far from Narmada Ji, and because the route was such that we didn't walk that sector on the banks, so we were away. And they said 96 kilometers to reach her. And basically 96 kilometers, they were, the organizers were saying 4 days. If you go by the river, it'll take another, like by the banks, if you go, it, like zigzag. So it'll take longer. You take the shot. So we said, okay, let's do this in 2 days. So one day we did 53 kilometers walking, like possessed. You were walking. And what a sight it was when we reached Narmadapuram. The feeling was like Vivekanandaji walking, and when he reached Kanyakumari, he jumped into the ocean and went to the rock. Same kind of feeling. As you come there, like we do it in 2 days, and one day the walk was 53, 54 kilometers from morning. And by evening 7, we were there on our banks, right there. So that was a very fascinating walk. I'm saying it's doable. That's what I want to say. And so there are beautiful caves. So I'll show you 2 caves. One is from outside. Another view is from inside the cave. And there are so many Shivalingas inside. And there's another cave, and this also I'm sure Adi Shankaracharya must have gone, the one where you're going to see. And the second one where we could go in and sit. Both the caves you can go. Where people told me it was Mandavya Gufa, and they said Shankara came here and stayed for some time. So I'll show you those 2 videos. They are absolutely beautiful. And again, the same point, you don't feel like coming off. you want to stay there. You just look at this video and then you'll know. That's the cave. Behind the waterfall is the cave. These are the Shivalingas which are there inside. And almost every boulder or a stone looks like a linga on the banks of Narmada. They call it Ban Linga. So anybody finds one of the shape, come place it there, sit and pray. Oh, amazing Shivalingas are there. And this is that cave. They told me even Shankara was here for some time. Still going in. Now you have to go down. This is inside the cave. Some of the most fascinating, amazing birds you see every day. You listen to them, you see them. The eye sees only beauty. Pelican. One remembers Tapovan Maharaj very often on a yatra like this because he was a avid traveler, traveled across Himalayas, Ishwar Darshan, wanderings in the Himalayas. When you read those books, you will learn to see God in everything. River flowing or a bird flying, you see there. That same ground. Look at them.
Look at them. Got it.
And sir,
Now I'll introduce few amazing Parikramavasis I met. These are the people who have been walking, and one of the most beautiful aspects of Narmada Parikrama is you can start wherever you want. Just make sure that you come there and complete it. You can start at Reva Sagar and come and end there. You can start at Amarkantak and come back there. You can start at Omkareshwar and come, or anywhere, whichever place. Where you begin, make sure you come back there. Okay. So some really amazing people. And this is the joy of fellow companionship. And what touches the most is their faith. It is mother for them, not river. So the feeling of that mother they have when they go around, and the impact is also powerful. what you seek, you get. This is what happens. And that's why thousands of people come, and mainly people come from Maharashtra. The movement is more there. More people come from Maharashtra. Here is a person, his name is Chagan. And before we would start, this was in Amarkantak. Now his journey was only up to Omkareshwar. So we met him, and so he said, we started in Omkareshwar, and I have to do it. And he was planning, and with a group, 4 or 5 people, he was planning to get to Omkareshwar on Shivratri. That means whatever time was left is he has to walk 45 kilometers daily. And the team made it. So I just took a video bite of him, just talking his experience. He's saying, listen to him carefully. I'm 100% sure the transformation would have a permanent effect.
Our mind,
not temporary.
our mind, so calm. Then you hear a voice of vehicle here within 1 kilometer. If you listen. Yes. If
Mind is calm.
your mind, your stamina, then voice of 2 kilometer away from you, you may hear it.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
This is experience.
Lovely experience. We are starting tomorrow. So meeting you was a divine. Now people keep moving, men and women, aged, young. I have to tell you, she is walking good speed. That's a good speed she's walking. And look at another person here. He carries his own. And this person is near Narmada Puram. That's where he's from. Amazing guy. You see a lot of pebbles he's got. They're Shivaling. We just asked him, what is this? What are you carrying? You know, like to carry something, you have to carry and walk. It's heavy. And look at his thing. He's carrying so much. So basically, what is all this? What are you carrying? He said, "Ye hamara parivar hai. This is my family." Those, what we call as pebbles, for him, it is his parivar. Probably one for each person. Must be having a large family, and for each one he carries. And every morning and evening, everyone has to do the puja there. That's one thing. So whatever time you get up, 1 hour goes for puja in the morning. And then only your day starts. So he's carrying all this, and en route what you hear is Narmade Har, Narmade Har. And sometimes people chant. So listen to this man chanting.
Naramade Har, 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 बोलिए Naramade Har, Naramade Har, Naramade Har, Jaya Jaya Har.
So, and we met him once more. Once you walk forward sometime. So another place we stopped, and since we were taken care by the Madhya Pradesh government, so wherever we see Parikramawasis, we'll say, come join us for lunch, because we already have a huge family, police, escort, and everybody, traveling. So we'll call everybody, come, and we'll have lunch. So we invited him once again to be with us for lunch. He came. He said, just in the street corner, I finished. but you came, I'll just take something and then go, so very, very nice. Meeting these people, absolutely inspiring. And for them, they are going around God, not river. And with that faith, they walk. And I think he is a, like a vegetable vendor or something. He's got that weights. And that also he's praying. And this is another guy who we met one day. That this is how the crowd is. Wherever we go, there'll be somebody to receive and all that. And so this guy is from Kolkata. So he's also wandering alone. Just started going on his own and just do the parikrama, nothing else. So nice meeting this guy also. Look at him.
हर नर्मदे जय 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 हर हर नर्मदे कैसे जाऊँ महा तुम्हारा पास कैसे जाऊँ महा तुम्हारा पास लेके जाओ महा इस रास्ता पे जय 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 हर हर नर्मदे जय 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 हर हर नर्मदे.
This is the regular side. People going this way.
भाई किस नाते से ये
This is a very fascinating character. Ramesh Sadhu, his name is. And he's doing this parikrama, Dandavat. And he's doing this for protecting cows, protecting women, and for respect. Brilliant. The whole Dandavat he is doing only for this cause. So I have a small clip of his. Just watch.
हर हर नर्मदे
भाई किस नाते से ये बोल रहे हो? वहाँ बोलेगा राजा राम की जय, तो फलाने देव की जय, तो भीम के देव की जय, गौ माता की जय. तो गौ माता की जय बोल रहे हो आप, तो जय बोलने का अधिकार रखते हो तो उसकी रक्षा करने का अधिकार रखो ना अपना.
He is doing that now. $3,400 kilometers.
कल वो जलकुआं में रखा है पौधा. जी 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 जी.
You know what he does? Pause. What is the distance? Pause. Okay. What is the distance between you and God? Don't say I've read Mandukya Upanishad. I know God is within. Don't give me all those answers. Not that knowledge, anubhav. What is the distance between you and God? Selfishness, swarth is the distance. How selfish we are, that far is God. In experience. In theory, yes, we are professionals when it comes to study of scriptures. We know it all. But in experience, swarth. What is our selfishness? That far is God from us, divine. Reduce selfishness, God is within. Now this Ramesh Sadhu, 3,400 kilometers, he is doing Dandavat Parikrama for protecting girl child, cow, selfless. I mean, like what kind of people? And this is where we really learn humility. Amazing personalities. Yeah. This man, next slide. Old guy, a farmer. Look at the wrinkles. Stop. Look at the wrinkles in his face. He has done parikrama 5 times. Nice chap, very interesting to talk, but all 5 times on motorcycle. He says, I can't leave 4-month season and I'll go, but sometime I'll do. But 5 months, I mean, 5 times he has done parikrama on motorcycle. So when he heard we were sitting in one of the villages, he came and he met and he said, and he showed his bike also. This is the bike which we did parikrama 5 times. But that's quite easy. You just go to Reva Sagar and put the bike on a boat, come that side and then drive again. But for those who think age or time is your constraint, you can do parikrama on a vehicle, car, bus, people do. You can do that. That's and a normal way, I think by 18 days should be in leisure you can do. Very important places, Jyotirlingam and all that you can stop, go through. But nothing would beat walking. Next. The receptions they give, every village, I mean, I'm just showing sample. What we were really tired was of this swagat. Every village, there will be a group of people waiting to receive you. They'll organize dance, bhajan, will give you tea, and we used to tell them, start giving parikramawasis nimbu pani. Don't give too much coffee, too much tea, and all nimbu pani. And so that was something which we were doing all the way. And at every parikrama, I mean, like at almost every village where they call it swagat, you have to stop. And between me and Swatmananda, when we walk, I would be 15 or 18 minutes ahead of him. And he would be somewhere 15 minutes behind me. And that will be the regular, when I stop, I know in 15 or 18 minutes, he will join. But I will be the first to get the swagat. So there will be a whole lot of people, and the garlands which you receive by these villagers coming and offering to you, sometimes you can't see. There'll be only garlands. You can't see me. I mean, it'll be so much. And I need to engage talking to them. In Madhya Pradesh village, I can't speak in English, out of question. And I never heard a Tamil word for 44 days. First time I heard was Swatmananda's driver who came to pick us up. He was talking in Tamil after 44 days. Telugu I heard. In Omkareshwar, some families were there talking Telugu. Tamil, nothing. So only language you have to speak is Hindi. So I started doing pravachan Hindi mein. Option hi nahi. So I used to sit with the village children. I'll give you a sample of my Hindi, okay? No, I mean, the sheer necessity. आप प्रार्थना करते हैं? अरे भाई बोल, प्रार्थना करते हैं? So they'll say, हाँ करता है. We're doing, okay. हम बताएंगे आपको, प्रार्थना करो 7 बार daily. हाँ, they're now listening. पहली प्रार्थना अपने लिए पहली प्रार्थना. क्या पूछेंगे भगवान को? तुलसीदास जी हनुमान चालीसा में कहता है, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि. पहली प्रार्थना अपने लिए क्या मांगेंगे? बल बुद्धि विद्या. दूसरी प्रार्थना आपका परिवार लोग के लिए, माता पिता भाई बहन दादा दादी परिवार लोग के लिए दूसरा प्रार्थना. तीसरा प्रार्थना जवानों के लिए, फौज, वायुसेना, जल सेना, पुलिस, कभी किया प्रार्थना उनके लिए? कभी किया? आज से शुरू करो। वो भी हमको रक्षा करता है, उसको भी प्रार्थना करो। तीसरी प्रार्थना जवानों के लिए, सोल्जर, पुलिस। चौथी प्रार्थना गुरुजनों के लिए। गुरु कौन है? गुरु कौन है? वो ज्ञान देता है, वही गुरु। ऐसे हाँ, वो सबको मालूम है। एलकेजी का टीचर था ना आपका, यूकेजी का टीचर, फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड का टीचर, उसको भी प्रार्थना करो। चौथी प्रार्थना गुरु के लिए। एलकेजी से गुरु है हमारा, पूरा गुरु, उनको प्रार्थना करो। फिफ्थ प्रार्थना, पांचवा, रिश्तेदार के लिए। जॉइंट फैमिली था हमारा, संयुक्त परिवार, जॉइंट फैमिली, उसमें था हमारा स्ट्रेंथ, उनके लिए भी प्रार्थना करो। पांचवा, रिश्तेदार के लिए। सिक्स्थ, 6, सेवक के लिए। सेवक कौन है? कौन है सेवक? मंदिर में झाड़ू मारता है, रोड बनाता है, वो सब सेवा करता है हमको, उनको भी प्रार्थना करो। सिक्स्थ। सेवेंथ प्रार्थना अपने मित्रों के लिए। पशु पक्षी हमारा मित्र है, और मित्र भी है, उनको प्रार्थना करो। एक प्रार्थना अपने लिए, स्वार्थ। 6 प्रार्थना निस्वार्थ। अपने से भगवान कितना दूर है, स्वार्थ कितना है, भगवान उतना दूर है। By then Swatmananda will come. I'll hand over saying, now you talk. And he'll start talking about Markandeya Rishi and different things. But more or less, we kept this as our message, which was simple to tell these villagers. Simple things to tell them. Because in a simple way, they can start, like start from you and expand your prayer. Bring take away selfishness in prayer. Bring selflessness in prayer. So 40 days, I managed Hindi. And this is how they are, and most touching is, these people will not stop there. They will walk with you to the end of their village, which could be another 3 kilometers. They'll come with you. So at sometimes we have to stop and say, go, man, go. If you're walking, then our walk is slow. They can't understand you because we can't run away. So you go. And it was very, very touching. Look at these people enjoying. Yeah. Kind of a reception. And one of the most fascinating thing is a beautiful culture where we belong, worshipping girl child, Kanya Pujan. So in most of these receptions, they'll bring a girl, young girl, and she'll be there with a kalas. And that's the symbol of auspiciousness. So it was a great opportunity. To the garlands we receive, the flowers we receive, we will have a chance to go and offer it to this girl. So I do not know how many Kanya Vandan I did in this yatra, countless. So you just see that here. There's another girl waiting there. Pause here. Okay, stop there. This I have to tell you. This is a house where we stopped midway. We must have walked, and this was towards the end of our yatra. By mid-March, 14th, I think so, March. Temperature is going to 42. So we were walking from 5:30 in the morning, and more or less tired by 10 o'clock, because after that we don't want to walk. And between me and Swatmananda, I told you, sometimes it could be 15, but on heat, it becomes even slower. So I reached a particular point, and I know that for him to reach will take another 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And by the time it would be 11, and we can't walk. And there is another river, Sangam, with Narmada. There's another river joining. So they want us to cross that river, and they have made all arrangements for food that side. But to go there would be, another word very important. In Hindi, when you do parikrama, 2 words you will not like. These 2 words, lagbag. Lagbag. Lagbag, more or less. Lagbag 20-25 किलोमीटर है. हम पैदल चल रहे हैं भाई, गाड़ी में नहीं. From 20 to 25 is 1 hour. 20-25, lagbag 20-25. Another thing which often, like you really don't want to hear that one particular word. 1.5 kilometer. 1.5 kilometer. 2.5 kilometers. 1.5 kilometer. Die. Unmaya sole. 1.5 kilometer. Anywhere 1.5 kilometer. Arre, you have no idea how we are exhausted. We are calculating how much to drink, how much to sweat. Because if you drink too much, then you need to go to the loo. So if you drink, it's pure calculations. You have to make that kind of a calculation, analyzing your body. How much water goes in and how much of it would come out as sweat. You don't have to run to a loo. So sometimes even a glass of extra water you don't want to take. And sometimes you are parched, you know. They'll say 1.5 kilometer, and you will walk 10 kilometers and that 1.5 will not end. 1.5 kilometer. So here when I sat down, they said, Swamiji, idhar hi nadi paas mein hai. 1.5 kilometer. I said, forget it, man. Your 1.5 kilometer, you forget it. I am not, you can bring the food, 1.5 kilometer from that side you bring, but I am not going. But it is scorching. And by the time Swatmananda reached, it was 11:30 or so, to the spot where I was waiting. So we stopped in this house. It's a hut, mud plastered wall, 1-room house. We stopped there. The police, SP, and whoever was there, they went, requested, saying, "Do Mahatma hai, Maharaj to aa gaya abhi." And they, I mean, no way you can go that far. So we have to spend the time there only. So they said, can you do one? So these guys put us 2 cots and put 1 fan they had. They put it there, put it for us, and we were staying there. And these people went, brought the food. And when I stopped, it became a news again. Tasaldar came running, the collector started calling, STM started calling, subdivisional magistrate. What happened? Suddenly, you know, they said they stopped. And these people hosted us. And of course, food and everything was brought, but the faith, the hospitality, the heart is unbelievable. in the end, we want to give some money. So I told Swatananda, give them some money, like this lady. No, show me the picture. This is where we were staying. Can you imagine the two cots, whatever they had, they gave us 5 hours, from 11:30 to 5:30. The heat went down by 5:30. Only after that we started walking. So we were there. This is how we were there. Yeah. No, stop. So she refused to take money. She said, no, seva ka matlab hi nahi. What is the use taking money? No. We said nothing. You please keep this money. Our parikramavasi aayega. You take care of them. Please keep this money. But you will be very happy. I have invited them to Chennai, that family. June 27th to 30th, we have a camp in Chennai for them. People like them who are with us serving, and that organization called Janabian Parishad. It's a beautiful organization. The Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh has a great vision. He started this beautiful thing called Janabian Parishad. They take care of the Parikramavasis. Their need, requirement, doctor, anything needed, they are there to look after. So they were traveling with us. So I've called all the coordinators, etc., and this family to Chennai. So you people will meet them in June. But very, very loving. We stayed there. That's the place we stayed and moved on. Continue. She is again another SDM. And these are children who walk with you. Somewhere they join. So when you get the garland, you start putting for them and make them sit down. And so they walk, these kids walked with us 5-6 kilometers. And then we have to tell the police, we have a retinue, right? Say, now you drop them back. So they're all going in a police car back to their village, but they were walking with us. So it was great fun. Look at the children there, all villagers. He's one of the top eye specialists in Jabalpur. This is again Kanya Vandan. He's again district magistrate, collector. They all walk 3 kilometers, each one walks. Another beautiful thing is you meet children like this in the street, and they'll come running to you and say, Narmade Har, Narmade Har. So, you may be walking here and some kid would be in a field far away. From somewhere the voice will come, Narmade Har. You have to search, where are they? And then somewhere one little hand will be waving at you. That's how it is, like they see these children. And Parikramavasis also love these kids. So we know that en route, there'll be hundreds of children like this. So everybody keeps chocolates. So we'll call and give, here, take one, take chocolate like that. And so that also encourages them. Like next Parikramavasi, Narmade Har. So it's a very beautiful feeling. You see this child. Most of us have played this. After how many years I'm seeing a wheel and a stick. Look at that.
Come.
Very good. And we must have received 150 shawls. And everywhere, one district, one police team will get over. Their duty overs, another team will take over. So we'll give off all our shawls to the police, to the cook, to the gardener there, whoever traveled with us, to all these. So everywhere, shawl is something like it's like if we are destined to have some, it will keep coming back, na? That way, never ending. So that is one of those moments. Yeah. These are the Shivalingas. So beautiful. And every Parikramavasi, the people who make the Shivalingas, like they polish it and shape it up. These are all stones picked up at Narmada River, made into lingams. You see the huge ones there. To every parikramavasi in that particular village, when you walk, the person who makes it, the wholesale market, they'll come and give. Take a linga and go. Just imagine anybody walking, they'll just give one. And look at them, just rewind a bit. All these lingas. They have 1-inch size linga to 24 feet. Yeah, look at that. These are all Shivalingams. This is a very special place. This is the place, Samadhi of Bajirao Peshwa. And not the movie what you see, where they say he was thinking of his Mastani, his girlfriend, lover, and then he died. He died out of heat stroke. And this is the Samadhi. And now, government of Madhya Pradesh, again, Shivrajji's vision, they are making a magnificent site. A museum is coming up with sound and light show. And that would be a great inspiration. Right at the banks of Narmada Ji, he attained Samadhi. Bajirao Peshwa. Yeah, play. Also a very beautiful place. We are taking some. We can't cross Narmada Ji. So from this bank, we are shooting that. And that is called Maheshwar. That place is called Maheshwar. A nice place to go. And Ahalya Bai Holkar, one who renovated the present Kashi temple. That is her fort and her palace and her Samadhi. Is that side? We didn't go. I took a video from here. Yeah. Play. That is her Samadhi. And as I told you, anywhere you can drink this water. Clean. You can see what is down. Play, play. Chilies, they are very famous and which we don't want to touch while eating. Madhya Pradesh food goes with this like a staple diet for them. Fields and fields of chilies. What a sight this was. This is how the path is. Narmada Ji, the river flows there, and the fields and forts. Look at this site. These are backwaters. This is one of the most amazing sites of Narmada Ji. Backwaters of Narmada Ji. Islands. What a sight. Sunrise in the morning. Backwaters. This is something which you will be very happy to know. Navaratri is celebrated, not just the main one which we do. The other Navaratris which come are celebrated in a big way. Most of these villages will have a Bhagavad Katha in the end. Somebody or other will come talk. Chandi Havan is absolutely popular. In all these places, you will find people doing Chandi Havan regularly, and celebration of festivals. Shivratri, where we stayed in a place called Amli Ghat. For 2 days, they have bhajans fixed, continuous, Akhanda bhajan for 2 days. Different groups will come and sing continuously. So this faith and the anchored in culture at the village level is absolutely important. And it is so beautifully maintained. You will see some of the rituals, festivals being celebrated. That's what this section is about. Yeah. Bhagavad Katha over last day. We reached around that time when he was finishing the Katha there. So this is the final ritual. Yeah.
लक्ष्मी रूपेण संसदा नमस्तस्यै ओम नमस्तस्यै ओम नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः ओम या देवी सर्वभूतेषु व्यक्तिरूपेण संसदा नमस्तस्यै ओम नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः ओम या देवी सर्वभूतेषु स्मृति रूपेण संसदा नमस्तस्यै ओम नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः
स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वज्रस्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूर्वा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो आरिष्टानि.
This is Shivratri night. This is we were fortunate to watch this beautiful ritual. The bridge across Narmada Ji must be 1.5 kilometers width. They are taking a sari from this side to that side of the bridge and then offer it to her from the top. Such a huge sari taken across. You see how many people are carrying it? Play. Now you see. This is for Holi. They have gathered to meet the chief minister. So he was coming to this place called Barwani, and all of them have come to celebrate Holi with him. See the group and stop. Rewind a bit, just a bit. And one is to celebrate with him, but the place of celebration is some 6-7 kilometers away. And all these people were coming here just to see a chopper landing. to see an helicopter landing. They have all come there because their festival is somewhere else. But they know Shivrajji is going to land just to see a chopper. Look at the population. Simplicity, yeah? Innocence. Their dress, traditional wear. Huh. Kareshwar. Slide only. This was, I told you, no, our last day of the yatra. It so happened that the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh came to the same place. So it was good fortune. We met him again. Listen to this conversation.
Very good. Very good. Today is the last day. We are taking a break and doing it in November. Thank you very much. We enjoyed Madhya Pradesh Sarkar ka Raj Adhikari. Thank you so much. It is our duty. So much. I have a suggestion. Madhya Pradesh Sarkar should make an app for NARMADA PARIKRAMA. Okay. We would like to, this is Swatmananda from Mumbai. We would like to be involved in suggestions, whatever, to do that app. With your technology, technical team. Okay. We would like to do, and that app would serve the purpose easily. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
We said we'll help them in making an app, Narmada Parikrama app. This app will have details. What are the places of stay, accommodation, where all you have, where you get food. And the symbols are very simple. When you walk, you know, like some houses will have a flag on top. When you see this orange flag, you know you can go there for food or stay. They would have kept a room empty. Village. Any parikramavasi can stay. That's the sign. A temple. So they built small ashrams and they keep flags there. So we said, let's work on an app where in an app, you will know which is the next destination, where you have to go, how far, how many kilometers, what is the importance of that place, what is the temperature, you know, stuff like that. Where free accommodation is there, where paid accommodation could be, where you have regular Indian toilets, where you have a Western commode, you know, these kind of details can go. So we offered that help to do with the government of Madhya Pradesh. So young team, please see that how we can do this app. Let's make this app for government of Madhya Pradesh. They'll of course bear the expenses, but we can be partner in doing it, which would be so useful. You download and then you see. 2 kilometer, lagbag 2 kilometer will not be there. We know exactly where to go there. Yeah, play. That was the last day, last picture we took. Pause. Play. And that's my shoes. Lasted for 1,200 kilometers and then it gave way. Tone. There you are, stop. Okay. What do we learn in this yatra? Long hours of japa. Number one. Long hours of japa. 5 hours if you walk, you walk chanting. So this is a biggest benefit. 5 hours here we can't able to do because I mean your attention and various things. But on a parikrama, when you walk, there is no other agenda except walking. Walking is the only agenda. Destination is not the agenda. Walking is the agenda. So you enjoy walking and you chant. 5 hours daily chanting. The chant gets deep into the subconscious level, where after that, anything you do, the chanting continues. This is one of the biggest gains from a parikrama. Morning, evening, to sit at the banks of Narmada Ji to meditate, sight of her, the chirping of the birds, everything around, including the people who host you, the people who come, and the parikramavasis, it's very charged with devotion. To be there, to pray, to meditate is a deep effect. Very big impact it makes. And as I told you, no agenda. So imagine how much of introspection would go on. Never in life we can do so much introspection, because here we are engaged with hundreds of things. There's nothing, just you. Introspection, long hours of introspection, long hours of japa, morning, evening, sitting quietly in a very vibrant thing. And if you do this regularly, luckily we did this for 44 days. You step back from yourself. You step back. And it will not be the same when you come back, because you have seen something outside you. Okay, play, we'll conclude. This is how you have to cover yourself when you walk. This is one of the best exercises. Evening. Done. Thank you very much. Do go when you get an opportunity. It will have a permanent effect on transformation. Thank you.